So, is Psycho Man underrated? All right, what is going on, my dudes? We're back here today, about to answer the question that I know has been burning a hole in everybody's minds for months now. Is Psycho Man underrated? Well, today we're about to find out. We're going to take the 6-star Psycho Man up to rank 2. We're going to do some testing at rank 2 today. We're going to try him with and without the MCOC synergy. Here's the thing. So, Psycho Man, when he first came out, my computer's freaking out right now. I think it's better now. Okay. Psycho Man is apparently breaking my computer. So, when Psycho Man first came out, he seemed to have like some very niche, interesting utility, right? But he had like literally no damage whatsoever, like damage non-existent. And then MCOC came out and he gave him this synergy that increased his damage by quite a bit, allowing him to always stay in the Fury mode, right? His hate mode or whatever it's called, his first red mode. And that gave him like extra Furies and whatnot, and gave him extra attack damage. And I pressed the button, but it's not going in. So that came out, but the issue with that synergy is essentially that you lose all of your utility when you use that synergy. So we'll show that in the video. I'm going to go figure out what this guy is doing right here, and we'll be right back. All right, we should be all sorted now. I gave it a little reset. Trying to put the SIGs in now. It should go in just 2 seconds. But yeah, we're going to take this guy up to 6-star rank 2, SIG 200 today, and see how he does up against some content, see what his damage is like. Like I said, with and without the synergy right here, we'll see exactly what it is. Pure hatred, all right? So the control box is unable to cycle out of hate mode. Opponents are 20% more likely to use a heavy attack. Personal shock debuff potency is increased by 60%. Personal fury buffs refresh when the 4th light attack lands a hit or it strikes into a block. So that's obviously going to give this guy more damage. The way that Psycho Man works, if you don't know, is he has 3 modes normally he can cycle through: hate, fear, and doubt, and they all do different things. All right, so the hate one, the one with MCOC, when you want the damage, okay, opponents fight more aggressively, suffer passive concussion during heavy attack, reducing ability accuracy by 75%. Fear, opponents are 70% more likely to use a special attack. So essentially, it's kind of like having like a 100% uptime on a big 70% taunt, which is really nice utility, to be entirely honest. It also reduces ability accuracy on their special attacks by 75%, which is not bad at all. And then over here, doubt, opponents fight more defensively, are 70% less likely to use a special attack, and suffer passive concussion while blocking, reducing ability accuracy by minus 25%. So really 2 interesting pieces of utility that are fear and doubt, right? Where one of them makes them not use their specials, and one of them makes them very likely to use their specials, right? However, the damage in these modes is just absolutely atrocious, and that's the problem, all right? So, yeah, and of course, with, there's different things that go along with these as well. Like, for example, in Fear, the special 1 puts a cowardice on the opponent, special 2 puts a heal block, and Doubt, the special 1 inflicts a power drain, and the special 2 inflicts a special lock, right? And for the hate mode with the MCOC, that's where you get the shock debuff on the special 1, and the special 2, that's where you get the Fury, okay? And yeah, that's pretty much how this guy works. And he has 3 different modes, and only one of them has damage, and you need MCOC for it to be really good. So let's jump in and let's showcase it now. Enough talking about this guy. He looks a lot more confusing than he actually is. Alright, so first things first, let's go for the damage rotation here. We're going to go in with MCOC, okay? So we have MCOC here on the team, Mango Eggnog, and we're going to see what happens, man. We're going to see what happens. So essentially what you want to do with Mango Eggnog here is you want to get up to the special 2 times, and then go for the special 1, because the special 2, that's what's going to give you your Furies, okay? Beat out the special 1 here. Now, there are certain ways to play where, for example, if we bait out a heavy attack, we can gain some more power and stuff like that. So that's definitely one way to go about it, right? But what I want to do here is build to just under 3 bars of power. So 1 more combo. And now, you have a Fury buff. Now this Fury buff is going to be refreshed every single time we do a light ending combo, okay? Now, what we want to do here is go for another special 2, okay? Boom. Refresh. Special 2. And there we go. 2 Furies. And now at this point, we're going to go for special 1s. And we're going to actually build up close to a special 2 first. Okay? And now we're going to put 2 shocks on the opponent. 3 shocks, actually. And this could stack up to 6 times, okay? Now, if he didn't throw like his special attack there, we could have maybe stacked them. But yeah, so basically this is where a lot of his damage comes from with this synergy, is these shocks. The issue is it requires 2 special 2s to get there, which is really not good. And then once you do get there, the damage is not too amazing, right? It's ticking for about 7,200 per second, which is actually not bad, right? So we're definitely getting Winter Soldier down pretty efficiently. Keep in mind though, we are attacking into him while he has, 3 bars of power, which is something that you can't really do in like any ordinary fight. So that's definitely a downside to this playstyle here. You gotta definitely keep that in mind, take that into account. But let's see if we can stack up the 6 shocks now, see what it does. Yeah, so that nuked him down right at the end, right? So yeah, this is like his damage rotation with MCOC, right? 6-star, rank 2, 138 hits, took about a little bit under 2 minutes, right? And as you noticed, you pretty much lost all the utility. Also, if you run the Suicide Masteries, we had to throw so many special attacks that we just kind of lost all of our health too, right? So yeah, we're actually going to take MCOC off the team now and see if we can use these different modes to our advantage. So let's go take a look at that. Actually, first things first, let's be fair, okay? Let's take him up against our X23 and 6.4.5 and see how he does, all right? This is where we usually take our bad champions or anyone when we're looking for a solid, damage output test. We're going to do it with MCOC here to be fair, okay? So, let's see. Let's bait the heavy attack here. Now, interesting thing here, okay? From his SIG ability, whenever like you put the concussion on, right, when one of her abilities fails, right, you heal block them, and then you gain some power. So this might actually be a bit of an interesting matchup, and that's one reason why I wanted to test it out here. So let's bait out a heavy attack again, and we can heal block. And we can gain more power. We can get to the special 2 faster. Okay. Pretty interesting, right? Beat out a heavy, and we can heal block again. And now we can go for the shock. Okay. Hey, not bad. Definite, wow. 18k heavy. That was not bad at all, guys. A lot better than I anticipated it being. Yeah. I feel like that damage was very much so influenced by the MCOC synergy again, but it's 63 hits, man. It's definitely not bad. So, like I said, we are about to take off the synergy and go in with just Psycho Man here and see how he does using his other modes. So let's go take a look at that now. Alright, so this one's going to be kind of interesting here. We're going to this lane here in 6.4.3. It pretty much has all or nothing in a way. What it has is Energize 1 and Special Bias. This defender is more likely to activate Special 3 first, and then Special 2 and Special 1. So we're going to see if we can bypass that node. Obviously, Psycho Man with the Suicide Mastery is on. Not going to be the best matchup for Warlock here, so we're not too concerned about soloing this fight. What we're concerned about here is testing out the utility to see how this works. So we're going to go for the Fear here. Opponents are 70% more likely to use a special attack, okay? So let's take a look. Let's see if it works. If it does, that's some nice utility for any all or nothing path, okay? So let's see. From here, we should be able to bait out a special 1. Yep. And there we go. And now we're just going to want to stay in this mode here and just fight him like normal, He was supposed to use a special 3 first, but he didn't. And also, another thing to keep in mind here, how about this? Look at this. Wow. I guess we can go for this special 2. It's not going to crit or anything against Warlock, but, Warlock, for example, when there's an infection on the opponent, he places 2 armor breaks, right? But as you can see, we're not getting any of those. because there's like minus 75% ability accuracy against this whenever we're in this mode. So that's pretty darn interesting, man. So obviously, like I said, we're just losing our health because of the infection here, because we have the poison from the suicides, right? But we haven't taken a single hit yet, right? We've done like 2 specials, so we should be at like 90, 85% health. But what we were testing there is just to see if we can get around nodes like all or nothing, special 3 bias, special 2 bias, stuff like that. And clearly you can. So that's actually a nice piece of utility right there. Another, the other box here, the other control box is doubt. Opponents fight more defensively and are 70% less likely to use a special attack. So that's really interesting. That could be potentially interesting in certain scenarios where the opponent is maybe too aggressive and you want them to maybe back off a little bit. So we could try and find something like that just to see like how this could be useful. Oh, I didn't click pause. All right, this one should be interesting. We have Invade, Kinetic Instigator, and Oscillate, right? So in Oscillate, there's the really aggressive phase and the defensive phase. So we're going to see if we can kind of bypass that aggressive phase and make them defensive in their defensive phase and super defensive in their, normally regular defensive phase. So let's go in here. We're in 7.1.1 here for this node combination. And let's take a look. So, Oscillate and Invade. Very nice. That's some good damage. We're going to have to intercept here. All right, now let's see if we can bypass this aggressiveness, okay? Starting now. No, I guess not. Okay, I guess not. We're going to make him super defensive now. Yeah, super defensive. Also, we have unblockable special attacks in this phase. Oh no, I accidentally switched it. I forgot that, okay, so the light attack, if you do it into the block, well, that can change the mode too. Yeah, so far, not what we wanted to see here. That's all right. We're back into our defensive phase. Oh, and look at that, he was blocking. That was interesting. I wonder if we could just go like full. I did it again. I literally did it again. Oh my god. I was like, I wonder if we could do full combos into it. And for some reason, I was doing a light ending combo. Let's try that again because I saw some potential in there. This is obviously a bit of an extreme example here where there's so many other things going on, like Invade and also Kinetic Instigator, whatever it's called. And also Oscillate, right? So Oscillate, nice, beautiful. Okay, so we got our control box. All right, we got him to block. We got him to block during the Fury phase. That's interesting. And he's attacking me during... Okay, so I don't like this one, all right? So the taunt one is nice. I'm sure there are uses for this. But this one... This is like what I would have liked to use it for. And I feel as if it's not the best, right? Maybe like... Because for me, it's like it's very rare that I don't want the opponent to use their specials when they have the special bar. It's very rare. A power lock is one thing, right? But usually, if I'm in a fight and the opponent has a special bar, I want them to use it and bait it out. That way I can, counter and everything like that. So I'm not too sure about this specific control box, but the yellow one, was it Fear? I think the Fear one. The Hate one has some decent damage. Decent damage enough, right? The Fear one had some decent utility with the taunt. This one, I'm sure there's better uses for it, but I wouldn't be running to use this utility as much as I would actually maybe want to use the taunt one, because that was actually pretty... So Psycho Man, guys. Psycho Man is kind of cool. Is he underrated? I'm not sure. I feel like right now he's looked at as like the worst champion of 2021. Many people think that. and he's nowhere near as bad as like Super Scroll, right? So is he underrated? Technically, a little bit, I would say. I don't think he's a great champion. I don't even think he's a good champion. But I do think technically he's underrated a bit because he has decent damage with the MCOC synergy, and he has decent utility in the second mode of his control box, and I'm sure there's some uses for the third box that we couldn't find as well. So, is he underrated? That's up for you to decide. I showed you the footage, now you get to watch it, and you get to decide if you like him. If you happen to like this footage and you have a Psycho Man and you want to rank him up, don't let other people's opinion on him stop you from doing that, alright? You gotta have fun with this game, you gotta rank who you want to rank. But anyway, my dudes, it's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, drop your boy a big ol' like. Comment if you think Psycho Man is underrated or not in the comment section below. And make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any other future Is This Champion Underrated videos coming to you in the future. I'll be seeing you around.